Yo, what's up everybody? Professor V here, and this is a lecture series on skills needed for college success. Most colleges and universities offer a course in which helps with being successful in college, and as I have taught this course, I have noticed more and more the information in this course is incredibly useful. This lecture series is based on the textbook On Course, Strategies for Success in College, Career, and Life by Skip Downing and Jonathan Brennan, in case you are taking a similar course at your college or university. Chapter 1 sets up the lecture series with a guide on what you should do during your first week of college. Helps with understanding college customs and philosophy, what to expect from college, and what higher education expects from you. Lastly, we will discuss what does success mean to you and what you want out of college, and for some, a critical aspect of going to college is how to pay for it. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Again, this lecture series is set up as a guide to college success, no matter which courses you are taking, what your major is, or what college or university you attend. Follow the lessons you learn in this lecture series and apply them in all of your classes, and you will find success in college. So let's begin with what should you do during your first week of class. Some should be done on the first day of class if possible. The first one, learn your campus. Walk around your campus and find where some of the important locations are, such as the library and bookstore. Other places to figure out on the first day on campus is the advising office, financial aid office, and registrar's office. If necessary, find a college map. The locations I just mentioned may have one. If your college or university has one online, you can pull it up online, print it out, or just access it on your smartphone most of the time. Other locations that are important to locate within the first week of courses are the computer labs, the counseling office, the parking office, the police station, tutoring centers, and student activities office, so that you can get involved with different clubs and organizations. Also, restrooms. Can never go wrong with knowing where the restrooms are at. If the college or university you attend offers a campus tour, take it, especially if they offer it before the official beginning of the semester. That way you'll know where all these locations are at prior to your first day of classes. You can always ask a college employee or an experienced student as to where these locations are. Another location to become familiar with is your college or university learning management system, or LMS. This is not a physical location, it's online. Some colleges and universities use Blackboard, some use Desire to Learn or D2L, and others use Canvas or Moodle. There are other less common ones that are used. You can access them via your school's website. You'll have to check with your school to know how to. There is often a link to access the LMS on your school's main webpage. This is where most of your instructors will be posting your syllabus, schedule, coursework, announcements, and other vital information for success in your course. It is imperative to access this on day one. Locate your classrooms. When you register for classes, you'll see the classroom number. Each campus uses a different numbering system for their classrooms, so you need to be able to locate them and be sure you are in the correct building. Some colleges use a letter to signify a certain building or a specific numbering system to be able to tell which floor the classroom is. For example, you can see that this class is on a certain campus, the Richmond campus, and in room 220. Because the room number begins with 2, I know it is on the second floor. You'll have to become familiar with your college numbering system. Learn your instructors' names, office locations, and office hours. When you register for classes, not only will you see the classroom location, but you'll also see the instructor's name. If you cannot locate the information when you register for classes, I suggest calling the college or university's registrar's office. They can help you locate this information. Sometimes an instructor or professor is not assigned to the class just yet, and the instructor may be listed as TBD or TBA. When this occurs, you will have to contact the department office or wait until the first class day. Unfortunately, sometimes instructors are not assigned until the very last minute for various reasons. The office location and office hours are not likely listed when you register for classes. If they are, Great. If not, then move to the next bullet point and read the syllabus. Do not just skim the syllabus. The syllabus is like a contract. By continuing with the course, you agree to the syllabus and its policies it puts in place for the duration of the course. It also contains vital information about the course, what the course is about, what to expect from the course, required assignments, a schedule for the course or exam schedule, due dates for assignments, how your grade is calculated, rules and regulation of the classroom, and punishments for not adhering to those rules. They also list the instructor's name, office location, and office hours, and other contact information such as email addresses and or phone number. You need to know this information to get a hold of your instructors outside of the classroom. Instructors have office hours for a reason, to help students with the material or clear up any questions you may have over the material or course requirements, even one-on-one tutoring. Instructors notice who takes advantage of office hours, so be sure to do so. Get all of your supplies needed for your course. Visit your bookstore and purchase your textbooks or order them online as soon as possible. Many instructors include the ISBNs for their textbook in their syllabus. Use that number to easily find your textbooks. Don't forget about the rental option to save money on textbooks. Other supplies you want to have is your computer or laptop, flash drives, or online storage such as a Google Drive account so you can access all of your documents and papers at any computer connected to the internet, such as the ones in the computer labs. Paper or notebooks for taking notes in class. Always take notes, handwritten notes. There is a positive correlation with handwritten notes and memory. The same correlation does not exist with typed notes. Ideally, you want your textbook prior to the first day of class and begin reading either prior to the class or during the first week. If not, you will likely fall behind as college instructors move quickly through information. If you wait to start reading in week 3 or 4 of the semester or right before the first exam, you will more likely fail. You are not giving enough time or not reusing the information enough for your brain to consolidate the information to memory. Create a schedule. When purchasing your supplies, be sure that one of the things you purchase is a planner. Setting a schedule is important in your success, and it helps with staying on task and knowing when to do certain assignments, upcoming exams, as well as scheduling other personal and work activities around each other. It allows you to keep track of your commitments, as many instructors don't accept late work or take off points from assignments for late work, which can be the difference between passing or failing a course. Another way to set up your schedule is by using your smartphone or using an online calendar that sends you a notification. Set multiple notifications for the same task. One to alert you a few days before the due date or exam date, and one on the date in which the assignment is due or any other required assignment or task. Get comfortable with campus technology. Nearly all college instructors use some form of technology to communicate with their students. Check your syllabus to see what kind of technology will be used and how to access your LMS, such as Blackboard as mentioned earlier. Be sure to have access to your college or university's email and check it regularly. This is a common mistake students make. They don't check their college or university email addresses. When instructors post an announcement on their LMS, students often get an email notifying them of the announcement. Also, it is often the instructor's default way to get a hold of you if necessary. For example, a common error I see is when students submit an assignment as a different file type, such as a .txt file, in which Blackboard cannot display correctly. I often email students about this issue, but half the time they don't respond and get a 0 because they didn't check their email. Sync it to your phone if possible, or have emails forwarded to your email address that you do check if possible. You really need to be familiar with your school's technology if your class is online. Go to your campus computer lab if necessary to ask questions about technology if necessary. Manage your money. No matter if you are fresh out of high school and living with your parents with full support, or you are a non-traditional older student with a full-time job and children. Money issues can often negatively impact your success in college. Often, college students must live under their means, and it needs to be a sacrifice you are willing to take. To help with money issues, create a budget and then stick to it. However, there are options to help with overcoming financial hardship, in which I will discuss later. Set goals for each course individually. Write them down in your planner or in your notebook and check them off as you complete them. If you're a gamer, think of them as achievements or trophies. Write down short-term goals for the semester, such as read chapter 1 by February 1st, and long-term goals for the course, which should include the final grade you want to earn in the course, such as earn an A in the course. Include in your goals what you want out of the course as well. Be sure to attend all classes and arrive on time. Class attendance is essential to understanding material, opportunity to ask questions, get more exposure to the material other than the textbook, and in some cases, a grade in the course. Arriving on time is respectful to your instructor and other students in the class. Think about it. When someone enters a room, what does everyone do? They all turn their heads to look, and their attention is diverted from the lecture to the person entering the classroom, and you miss information. Some instructors have attendance and late arrival policies as well. Be sure to check your syllabus for these policies if they exist for your course. Participate in every class. This can be challenging for some. Many students want to participate but are unsure how. You know you have questions but not sure what the question is. Instructors understand this, but active engagement in the class and the material is key to remembering and understanding the course content. One easy way to know what those questions are is to read before coming to class. This allows you to engage with the material before your instructor goes over that material and allows you to formulate questions about the material before the lecture. Ask questions about the homework. If something isn't clear in class, ask. Raise your hand and don't be embarrassed to ask these questions. Chances are someone else has the exact same question. When your instructor asks questions to the class, raise your hand and state the answer. Don't be afraid to be wrong. You're not going to have all the answers, and instructors are here to help. Sometimes instructors don't even have the answers and have to do research and get back to you. When you are put into groups for a class activity, be sure to speak in your groups. Participate. There is a purpose for those in-class activities, and by participating, you are learning at the highest level as you are applying the course material. Complete all assignments on time. You have a schedule already. Now be sure to adhere to the schedule and complete and turn in all assignments in on time. Some instructors don't accept late work and do not make exceptions. When you complete an assignment and turn it in, check it off from their schedule or goals in which you listed. Also, this is a major stress reliever. No longer having to worry about an assignment is such a wonderful feeling. And lastly, commit to your success. Everything that we just discussed, commit to it. After the first week of class, you need to make a huge decision. Am I willing to put all the work necessary for me to successfully complete this course? If the answer is no, you need to have a discussion with your academic advisor, counselor, and or instructor to address any concerns. Sometimes you won't get the news you want and may need to drop the course. You can replace it with another course, or if not, take the course again in a future semester when you are more prepared. The culture of higher education is drastically different from elementary school and secondary education. In elementary, junior high, and high school, you likely attend school with the same students from the same neighborhood who have similar beliefs, speak the same language, and have very similar customs. It's as if everything about the culture is localized. In higher education, you will experience a student body that is more of a melting pot, a mixture of beliefs, languages, religions, customs, fashion, food, opinions, attitudes, expectations, etc. This is because colleges and universities value diversity, and they try to be attractive to not just the local student body, but students in other cities, states, and even other countries. You will meet people from places you've never even heard of, as many students choose to go to a distant college or university. Even at the community or junior college level, the cultures are very different from elementary, junior high, and high school. Culture intelligence is about understanding and accepting other cultural characteristics other than your own. Being exposed to different cultures is one of the best ways to becoming accepting if any negative thoughts or even prejudice existed prior to being exposed. There are two categories within culture: surface culture and deep culture. Surface culture is parts of the culture we can detect in others by using our five basic senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Some things about a culture in which we can detect using our five senses are food, fashion, language, gestures, games, arts, music, observed holidays, and many others. You notice when someone speaks with a different accent other than your own, or when someone wears traditional clothing from their culture. These items are surface culture. For example, in the United States, we celebrate a holiday on July 4th. It is the date in which America ratified its independence from Great Britain in 1776. This holiday is significant to citizens of the United States, but ask someone from Australia if they celebrate July 4th, and they're likely to answer no. Another example is Tejano music. Tejano music means Texan in Spanish and is a type of music that originated in Texas during the early 1820s. It is still very much alive in Texas. However, Tejano music is not as popular outside of Texas, though it can be heard occasionally. Deep cultures are invisible to the five basic senses and are detected by thought and in conversation. These items are beliefs, attitudes, both positive and negative attitudes, what is considered normal, rules, opinions, expectations, and taboos of a group of people. For example, in many cultures, it is appropriate to shake someone's hand as an appropriate greeting. However, in many Asian cultures, handshaking or any body contact is not practiced. To properly greet someone, a slight bowing of the head is expressed. While that example you can witness it with your sight, it is not completely understood until some thought takes place on the meaning of the head bowing. This is a ceremonial cultural custom. Another example of deep culture traits is attitudes towards dating, marriage, and raising a family. In many places around the world, the majority of places around the world, people have a say or a choice in choosing who they date and marry. However, within some Arab and East Indian cultures, marriages are still arranged through mutual consent of both families. Also, what is meant by taboos are attitudes and beliefs about doing things against the culturally accepted norms. They're like no-nos in a culture. For instance, body contact in public, such as holding hands and other public displays of affection, is perfectly normal and to see in the United States. However, in some cultures, a woman should not touch a man in any way in public. College is a unique culture and is different from elementary and secondary school cultures, and there may be challenges in which you need to adapt to. The class sizes, depending on where you live and which college and university you attend, may be quite larger or smaller than what you may be used to. Large public universities have classes that are hosted in stadium-like classrooms like a movie theater, while community and junior colleges are in traditional classrooms, often with lower class sizes. You may also hear expressions and words that are unfamiliar to you, such as when your instructor says, "Turn your writing assignment in via the Turnitin link on Blackboard." If you are in your first semester or first year of college, this may sound confusing. Turnitin is a service that some colleges and universities use to detect plagiarism in written assignments. Blackboard is what we discussed earlier, a learning management system that instructors use to communicate and post coursework and materials for students to access outside of the classroom. If your instructor says this, what the instructor is telling you to do is access Blackboard on your own time. Click a link that is on Blackboard and submit your assignments after clicking that link. This is something that is not commonly said in elementary and secondary school. A document in which will give you an idea to the class culture is the syllabus. Remember that term from the beginning of this lecture? It's the document that instructors provide to students that contains essential information for the success in the course, such as instructor contact information, textbooks, and other materials required, assignments, course rules, grade determination. This is a part of college culture. You'll get one for every class. Other things in which you will experience when it comes to surface culture is the amount of students' races, religions, beliefs, etc. The number of courses offered is vaster as you will eventually concentrate in a particular area. This would be your major, such as psychology. Okay, Google, stop. This would be your major, such as psychology, sociology, biology, chemical engineering, business administration, nursing, data management, technology, and many other choices. The method of teaching is also different. You are needed to be more responsible in keeping up with your studies, and some instructors may just straight lecture, describing the concepts needed to successfully complete the course. Others may use slideshows, demonstrations, in-class activities, and other techniques. With college having its own culture, just like all cultures, it also has customs. Customs are what is expected of you, and being a college student, you will be expected to complete these items. Unlike earlier in this lecture, you are not expected to complete them during the first week of class. It will take time to complete these tasks, and some milestones will need to be achieved before you can complete some. Read and keep your course catalog when you first enter college. The course catalog describes college and university policies, degree plans, and a list and descriptions of each course offered at the college or university. Degree plans are a list of courses you need to complete for your chosen major. Often, degree plans change while you are attending college. However, the reason I said to also keep your course catalog is because when you first enroll at a college, you are bounded by that academic year's course catalog. If your degree plan changes, you are not expected to complete the new plan, and you can remain on your original degree plan. Course catalogs are usually found at the registrar's office, counseling office, and or academic advising offices. Create a long-term educational plan. List all the classes you intend to take and list which semesters you will complete them. For example, in fall 2021, I intend to take Psych 2301 General Psychology, Bio 1406 General Biology 1, Business 1301 Business Principles, and Math 1314 College Algebra. Be sure to check if there are any prerequisites for the courses you intend to take. Prerequisites are courses that need to be completed before you can register for a certain course. To create this plan, visit an academic advisor or counselor. They will be able to plan your long-term educational plan with you. As you progress through college, be sure to update it accordingly. If you withdraw from a course or need to retake a course, update your educational plan. I suggest seeing an academic advisor at least once every semester. Complete general education requirements. See your course catalog and academic advisors for a list of the general education requirements. Each college will have them, but may call them something different, such as core requirements. General education requirements enable students to be more well-rounded, educated individuals, learning the basics from many different areas. They include natural sciences, social sciences, arts, history, communication, mathematics, languages, technology, and humanities. These courses must be completed prior to graduation, but are often completed within the first 2 years of college. Include these courses in your long-term educational plan. Complete prerequisites and co-requisites. A few moments ago, I described what a prerequisite is, a course that needs to be completed before you can register for a certain course. For example, colleges often require to complete college algebra before being able to take trigonometry or calculus. You can find what courses have prerequisites in the course catalog in the course descriptions. Co-requisites are courses that must be taken at the same time as another course. For example, labs and natural science courses. When you take general biology, most colleges also require you take the general biology lab at the same time. Courses with co-requisites are also found in the course descriptions and the course catalog. Choose the major. Often, you will not complete this custom in your first week or even in your first semester. It may take a couple or few semesters to narrow down a major you intend to declare. A major is concentration for your education. Most courses you take will be within your chosen major. I stated a few majors a few moments ago, but additional majors can include English, civil engineering, criminal justice, philosophy, economics, accounting, supply chain management, and many, many more. You can see which majors are offered by your college in the course catalog or by seeing an academic advisor. If your college doesn't offer the major in which you want, ask your academic advisor which colleges do, and they can supply you with a list. If you have a list of colleges or universities you want to attend, you can also check their websites. Having a career goal helps in the process in choosing a major. Discuss with your academic advisor what major you should select for your career goal. If you don't have a career goal, visit your college career center. There, you can speak with someone that can help you choose a major and career that fits your personality, interests, and talents. Until you select a major, focus on the general education requirements. Meet with your instructors during their office hours. This is one thing that I have noticed that isn't taken advantage of enough. The times of instructors' office hours are posted on the syllabus, and instructors host regularly scheduled office hours. Make an appointment with them. Some instructors have an open door policy, which means if they are available in their office, even outside of their normal scheduled office hours, you can speak with them. Arrive to your instructor's office with a goal in mind, to understand a certain concept, to review items on the last exam or upcoming exam, to comprehend the next assignment due, etc. This is also how to build a relationship with your instructors. In the future, you may need a letter of recommendation or advice. Instructors won't be able to write a letter of recommendation or give specific advice to you if they don't know you. I cannot attest to this enough. I honestly would not be here in the position I am in or even have attained the education I have without my mentors and professors when I was in college. Know the importance of grade point average or GPA. Your GPA is basically an average grade for all the courses you have taken. It usually ranges from 0 to a 4.0. A 0 GPA is an F average, with a 4.0 being an A average. Most colleges require you to have at least a 2.0 in order to graduate with an undergraduate degree. This would be equal to a C average. Some colleges and universities may require a higher than 2.0 GPA in order to graduate within a certain degree program. If you are relying on financial aid of any sort, if a student falls below a 2.0 GPA, they're placed on academic probation, meaning they are often ineligible for financial aid. They also cannot play and compete in intercollegiate sports. If you remain on academic probation for a period, you may be dismissed from the university. Some employers may require you to submit official transcripts to be hired. These are official records of your grades and GPA directly from the college or university. Employers may use GPA to determine if someone will be hired or not. If you plan to go to graduate school, you will need to submit official transcripts and are used in determining admission into graduate school. Many students do not realize graduate school goals until later in their academic careers, so it is wise to keep your GPA high. Know how to calculate your GPA. Again, your GPA is often printed on your transcripts, and you can get a copy of your transcripts at the college registrar's office. However, there are some things to be aware of when determining which courses to count in your GPA. Courses in which you withdrew and you earned a W do not count towards your GPA. Courses that are developmental courses may not count towards your GPA. Check with your college and an academic advisor to see exactly which courses count towards your GPA. To calculate your GPA, use this formula. G is the grade you got in the course. An A in a course is equal to 4, a B is equal to 3, a C is equal to 2, a D is equal to 1, and an F is equal to 0. C is a number of credits for a course. So you can see in this calculation that you earned an A in anatomy and physiology, a B in general psychology, a C in economics, and an F in college algebra. General psychology, college algebra, and economics are 3-credit courses, while anatomy and physiology is a 4-credit class. See your course catalog to determine how many credits each of your courses are. Some colleges and universities make this easy to determine by the course number. For example, Psych 2301 General Psychology is a 3-credit course because the second number in the course number is a 3. For some colleges, the first number or the third number may signify how many credits are a course worth. Again, check your course catalog. So, to determine your GPA, plug the numbers into the formula. It will look like this. Divide by the total number of credits attempted. In this case, the total numbers of credits attempted is 13. Be sure to count the courses in which you earned an F as well. Hopefully, you don't earn any Fs though. Once you divide, that is your GPA. You want to keep your GPA as close to 4.0 as much as possible for reasons we just discussed. If you stop attending a course, withdraw from the course. You will need to see an academic advisor to withdraw from a course. Some colleges and universities allow you to do it online yourself. If you stop attending and do not withdraw from a course, you will continue to earn zeros on all remaining assignments, which will count against your grade, and you are likely to earn a low or failing grade in the course and thus dropping your GPA. Never assume that your instructor or the college itself will drop you from the course. If you are using financial aid, be sure to speak with a financial aid counselor to determine if dropping a course will affect your financial aid for the following semester. Be aware of the deadline to withdraw from a course. It is often set about halfway through the course. Talk to your instructor before withdrawing from a course. Often students believe they are doing worse than they actually are. Discuss with your instructor about remaining coursework and if it is possible to bring your grade up and produce a step-by-step plan. They may also help you with understanding their formula for calculating your grade. However, if failing the course is inevitable, be certain to withdraw from the course. Know your lifetime eligibility for financial aid. Sources of financial aid are often finite. There may be a limit to how much money you can use from a singular source, and thus you need to be careful when withdrawing from classes and need to keep grades up, so you don't have to retake a course and thus paying yet again. You can check your lifetime eligibility from the financial aid office and keep records of important documents. Save everything. Make a digital copy of important forms as well, such as financial aid paperwork. Back up those digital files as well on a separate hard drive or USB drive. Save syllabi, course assignments, and term papers, completed exams if allowed to keep, scholarship applications and awards, transcripts, paid bills, and any exemptions for prerequisites. Deep culture includes 8 key expectations that educators expect from their students to be responsible for their education. This is to be mature, mindful, and accountable of the decisions in which they make. It is easy to place blame on external factors, an external locus of control, if you will. Daunting and Brennan, the authors of the textbook, reports that students that lack personal responsibility blame their poor performance in their courses on instructors, the book, times in which the class meets, and other factors that don't include themselves. Slacking off and not doing the necessary required coursework and then asking for second, third, fourth chances to make up work or ask for extra credit to catch up being absent from a class, returning, and thinking that is a valid excuse for being unprepared, explaining an absence, asking what they missed when there is a syllabus and a learning management system such as Blackboard to refer to when they are absent. Also, complaining rather than addressing any concerns. Another expectation is that educators expect students to be highly motivated to succeed. College is optional, and thus educators believe you are here for a reason, for your own personal growth, and to have greater opportunities in the job market upon graduation. So, with that being the case, it is expected that students make college a priority in their lives and make necessary sacrifices to successfully complete their courses. Do not expect all instructors to motivate you, and do not have the "what does it matter" attitude during your academic career. Another concern regarding motivation that educators have is students not caring if they fail or think they will be able to make up or resubmit work for higher grades or for missed grades. Not every course you take will be about your major, but do not express being bored in class and having no interest. If you want to succeed, you must have some interest in the material and thus have interest in passing the course. This includes art history. I'm just joking, art history is a good class. Not completing the readings because it's not interesting. Students must be self-motivated to read the material and do not ask for extra credit instead of the work that was assigned. If you want to pass the course, do the work and don't try to play catch up with extra credit at the end of the semester. Educators expect you to attend classes regularly and complete all assignments to the best of your ability. When you don't go to class, you fall behind and have questions that were answered in the previous class. Now, educators understand if there is a documented medical or family emergency. However, missing class because of you deciding to sleep in or because you have work at the time, you should have never signed up for that class if you can't wake up on time or have work at the same time when the class takes place. As a student, you must manage your time wisely. If you obtain a job in the middle of the semester that interferes with the time of the course, you have a decision to make. Take the job and drop the course, or prioritize college and decline the job offer, or see if you can start at the conclusion of the semester. You must decide which is more important to you and which is better for you in the long run. Another concern for educators that lack attendance is attending class. Let me clarify. Some students may think that just by coming to class and staying awake, they are entitled to passing the course and get credit for coming to class. This is not the case. Attendance and coursework is considered for your final grade. Educators expect students to collaborate with peers and make use of available help to achieve academic success, to work well with other students despite possibly not liking group work. It is practice for the real world in which we all must work in teams in some form or another. To also seek help from instructors and campus support services such as tutoring, academic advising, and counseling services. This means utilizing instructors' office hours for your advantage. In other words, you are not alone in your academic journey. Educators expect students to change when what they are doing is not working. If you get back an assignment or exam and it is a lower grade in which you expected, educators expect you to reevaluate your study habits, priorities, and address concerns. If not, this is a lack of self-awareness. What worked in high school does not automatically work in college. Thinking of college as the stereotypical party time in your life will not help failing grades. Developing those bad habits such as partying, drinking, skipping classes, doing the absolute minimum to skim by because of this newfound freedom hurts a student's chances of success in college. Many students are not aware of how these habits affect academic performance. You're not in National Lampoon's Van Wilder movie, I'm sorry to say. Do not let your negative thoughts hold you back from academic success. Thinking this course is too hard is a negative thought that affects your ability to do well in the course. Seek help from your instructor and counselors on campus. Focus on your strengths, not weaknesses. When you get low scores, be sure to take in any feedback and adjust for a future assignment. And lastly, do not repeat behaviors that do not work. There is a saying that C's get degrees. Well, remember the importance of maintaining your GPA, and you will conclude that it is more difficult to earn a degree while earning nothing but C's instead of putting in effort and prioritizing to earn B's and A's. Educators expect students to demonstrate a passion for learning, prioritize and pursue knowledge rather than grades. Most successful college students are lifelong learners, and there are concerns for those that are not lifelong learners and want to be successful college students. Some students expect for the instructors to do all the hard work and for themselves to magically comprehend the material. This isn't always the case. You must put forth your own effort to understand the course material and content. Other concerns that educators have about having a passion for learning is not all students have the appreciation of obtaining an education and the advantages they will have in the job market. Taking advantage of the financial aid system and waste the money, cheating, not reading the textbooks, thinking that instructors will tell them everything they need to know. Educators expect students to manage their emotions as well as the emotions of others in the service of their own goals. Students must be emotionally intelligent, that is, being aware of your emotions, where they come from, how to deal and manage them, how to respond to certain emotions, and understanding the emotions in others. Do not let fear guide your decisions and then not attempt the work necessary for successful completion of the course. Because you got to remember, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. And hate
leads to suffering.
Don't be afraid to fail. If you do fail, take it as an opportunity to learn more, as a sign to be more active in your studies, and seek assistance with your studies. Sometimes failure can be a good thing. After all, FAIL is an acronym for First Attempt in Learning, though I'm unsure if Yoda would agree. Persevere through the tough times and do not give into short-term gratification, such as seeking excitement, like going out to a bar instead of studying for an exam you have on Monday. Speak in class and don't be afraid to be wrong, judge, or criticize. As I said before, chances are if you have a question or a thought, another student likely has the same question or thought. Lastly, educators expect students to have realistic self-confidence about themselves and their ability to succeed in college. Don't pretend to know it all. Just because you read some article in a magazine in a doctor's office does not mean you fully comprehend what psychology is. When you pretend to know it all, what is going on is insecurity. Don't quit when you encounter the slightest difficulty. Many students use this as an excuse to give up and then consequently never reach their goals. Believe and invest in yourself, and you will find college easier than what you might think. The biggest difference between high school and college is the assumptions on maturity. High school assumes immaturity, while college culture assumes maturity. For example, in high school, you are required to attend school by law. In college, you attend college because of a personal choice. In high school, you might continue to get reminders about due dates. In college, you may be lucky to get one reminder. It is expected for you to keep up with the schedule, not the other way around. You must come to college prepared and with the will to learn. Slide 9. What is success to you? Is it getting high grades, maintaining popularity among friends, obtaining your college degree, or is it to actually learn from your instructors and courses, using what you have learned and know to help those and enhance the lives around you? To learn more about your own personal values. Outer successes is public. Others can see those achievements. In many ways, it is how the public determines one's abilities and worth. Getting high grades, maintaining popularity among friends, obtaining a college degree all represents outer success. The authors of the textbook Downing and Britton asked college graduates if they could repeat college, what would they do differently? Their responses represented inner success, that is, private and invisible achievements such as to learn from their instructors and courses and enjoy learning, to major in a field that they were passionate about, how to use what they now know to help and enhance the people's lives around them and their own, and to discover their personal values. These represent a deeper sense of personal achievements and contentment. While outer successes is important, inner successes should also be concentrated on during your academic careers. This lecture series will focus on both outer and inner successes. To achieve outer and inner success, you must develop the skills necessary to accomplish those tasks. There are two types of skills: hard skills and soft skills. Hard skills are skills necessary to become an effective learner. They are teachable and measurable abilities such as reading skills, knowing how to take notes, meaningful note taking, rehearsing and memorizing course material, test taking abilities, and writing skills. There are many more hard skills that can be developed further in college, but these are the main ones for college success. Accountants need math skills to prepare your taxes. Surgeons need fine motor skills to successfully open a person. A photographer needs the hard skill of knowing how to use natural and artificial light. These are all teachable skills that you can practice. Many hard skills you learn by going to college. Soft skills are less visible to others, hard to measure, and include things such as personal responsibility, self-motivation, self-management, interdependence, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. The primary focus of this lecture series will be about developing hard skills. However, soft skills will also be discussed as both. The primary focus of this lecture series will be about developing soft skills. However, hard skills will also be discussed as both skill sets are vital to college success and success beyond college, and both hard skills and soft skills are transferable from job to job. Changing topics, money matters. How you manage your money can be a barrier to college success. As I have said earlier in this lecture, sacrifices must be made while in college. It is inevitable as a college student, but the sacrifice is worth it. Now, as with a college degree, you are likely to earn more over the course of your career than not having a college degree. This is a figure that shows the level of education and how it affects career earnings. Again, it is clear that earning a college degree increases the likelihood of greater monetary wealth. However, how do you make these sacrifices? The first thing is to brainstorm. Where can you make cuts in your spending? Not everyone who is a college student is a traditional student or living at home with their supportive parents. Some students will need to make more sacrifices than others, and no situation is the same. So again, brainstorm as to where you can take cuts from spending money on fast food weekly or even daily to not buying the latest and greatest tech, such as a speedy computer, or maybe the latest fashion item, such as the latest pair of Jordans. Those are wants, not needs. Well, food is a need, but it is cheaper to buy raw and cook yourself rather than spending daily on fast food. Brainstorm other strategies where you may be spending money unnecessarily, such as paying fees for a checking account when there are free student checking accounts available at various banks, canceling a service that you do not or rarely use, such as Netflix or any other streaming service. Track your spending by creating a balanced budget. Maintain a checkbook, even though checks are rarely used anymore. Create an Excel spreadsheet and determine the amount of money you earn in a given time. If you are paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, plot out how much money will be spent on each item, such as groceries, toiletries, clothing, transportation, gasoline, debt payments, bills, food, including your Starbucks, medical expenses, entertainment, savings, etc. If you spend $30 a week on fast food, that is $1,560 a year. Just imagine what you could do with that. That is what, like 3 PlayStation 5s, right? Now, I'm not saying don't ever buy fast food or don't do anything fun. I did just say to budget in entertainment and as well, after all. Just be more responsible about the amount you spend on those items. You don't have to use an Excel spreadsheet. There are plenty of apps that can help, including banking apps. Find a bank or credit union that offers breaks for college students or breaks to their fees. Use only ATMs that are manufactured and maintained by the bank you've chosen to avoid withdrawal fees. If there are no banks or credit unions in your area that offer these items, search for the lowest fees and highest interest rates. To keep money coming in, apply for grants and scholarships. Both financial awards do not need to be paid back unless you withdraw and owe a refund. In the US, you can begin looking for grants and scholarships by going to ed.gov and then clicking on the grants section. There you can learn about eligibility for certain grants, apply for them, and learn more about scholarships as well. To begin the process, you will need to fill out the free application for federal student aid or FAFSA. The government then uses this information to determine your eligibility for financial assistance for college. You can get a copy from your financial aid office or fill it out online via studentaid.gov. The application is often due at the end of June for the following academic year. Notice I said academic year, not semester. FAFSAs are used for per academic year, not per semester. The money you are awarded will be used for one academic year. If you need additional assistance in subsequent years, you will need to fill out a FAFSA for each academic year. There are a lot of factors that play into how much you may be eligible for, such as financial need, cost of college, full-time or part-time enrollments, and attendance for full academic year or less. Also, family income plays a role. Scholarships can also be found via your school financial aid office. Scholarships are often thought to be for academic achievements. However, scholarships are not just based on academic merits, but also on talent, athletic ability, or a particular area of study. They are not just offered through your college, but outside private and public sources. Perhaps your place of employment has a scholarship they offer, or maybe your church. Different organizations also offer scholarships, such as the Veteran of Foreign Wars that offers scholarships to veterans or children of veterans, or human rights groups such as the NAACP or LULAC. Other professional organizations for specific majors may offer scholarships such as PsyChi, the International Honor Society in Psychology. In other words, you have to do some work to find them, but they are out there. These two websites are also good sources to find different scholarships. There are even scholarships for students that may not necessarily have the best of grades, so go look. Don't let someone else take your money. When you fill out the FAFSA, you will also see your eligibility for loans. Loans are financial awards that do need to be paid back. The federal government offers a variety of loans, but guarantees Stafford loans, which is generally offer low interest rates. They are also subsidized and unsubsidized Stafford loans. Subsidized loans are where the government pays for the interest until repayment begins after graduation or after a period of time of not attending college. Unsubsidized loans are where the interest accumulates while you are in college. It is suggested that if you use Stafford loans, exhaust your opportunity to take out subsidized loans before taking out unsubsidized loans. Remember, grants and scholarships do not need to be repaid. All loans need to be repaid regardless of the type of loan you qualify for and accept. Even after being awarded grants, scholarships, and loans, often students need additional financial help to keep up with living costs, and thus maintaining employment may be the solution. If you want to avoid loans, employment may also be the solution. However, please know that the more hours you work, the less amount of time you must dedicate to your studies and other areas in life. Please be sure to only take the number of courses you know you can successfully complete with the grade you want to achieve. Return to your now balanced budget to determine how much more money you do need. Keep in mind the sacrifices you need to make as well, and then determine what kind of work, part-time or full-time, is needed. Try to find a job in the field you want to enter if possible. Call local businesses and see if they have a entry-level position for a college student, or look them up online. This way, you will not only be earning a paycheck, but also gaining valuable experience in your field. If you do not know what field you want to enter or cannot find a job in your field, try to find a job with the minimum number of hours to earn the amount you need. This will help with having more time to dedicate to your studies. If you have a skill, perhaps use that skill and offer services. Different students have different backgrounds. Some have families that they are responsible for and must maintain employment. It is understandable. Please be aware the time commitments needed for your education and each class. A general rule of thumb is to spend 1 hour of studying per every 2 hours spent in the classroom. If you spend 15 hours in the classroom during the week, then it is recommended to spend 30 hours a week for studying. Struggling students often don't abide by this rule. So again, you must balance work, school, and other daily life activities. Save and invest when possible. Open a savings account along with your free or low-cost checking accounts and contribute money to it from time to time. When you feel like going to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, instead of going to pick something up to eat, make something at home and put that money you would have spent in your savings. In your mind, you were going to spend it anyways. Hopefully, you budgeted it as well. After you have enough money in your savings for emergencies equal to about 3 months of living expenses, investigate higher income investments such as stocks, bonds, CDs, and mutual funds. Begin an IRA retirement account and or a 401k. To decrease money from flowing out of your accounts, avoid going out as much as possible. Again, I'm not saying not to have fun in college. It can be a very fun time. However, remember to budget your entertainment and the money you will spend when you do go out. Spending $20 here and $15 there adds up really quickly. When you exhaust your entertainment part of your budget for the week or for the month, do not spend next week's or next month's budget. If anything, invite your friends over and have a BYOA. Bring your own anything. What anything is to you, that's none of my business. You can avoid having a car. Go without one. If you attend a commuter college and university, this may be difficult, but if you live on campus, it may be doable. Cars are expensive. Car notes, if not paid off, regular maintenance, emergency maintenance, gasoline, insurance, registration, parking tolls, and if you are 25 or under, you will likely pay a higher rate for your insurance, especially if you are a young male. Use credit cards wisely. If you are fresh out of high school, you are likely going to want to build your credit. This is great, but must be done with caution. Credit cards are like short credit term loans. The credit card companies are expecting you to miss your payment due dates or pay the minimum amounts, especially for high interest rate credit cards. Downing and Brennan provide the example of if you are 20 years old, owe $3,500 on a credit card that charges 17% interest and you are only paying the minimum, you won't pay off that debt until you're 53 years old, and because of the interest, you will wind up paying $11,000. If you are late on payments, some banks and credit card companies increase interest rates as well. That example was with 17% interest the entire time. Late payments are reported on your credit report, which will make it more difficult to attain larger loans such as a car and home loans in the future. Students have to drop out of college because they needed additional work opportunities to pay off debt. Do not let that be you. You must choose your credit cards wisely and choose what you use them on wisely. Have a plan prior to your purchase on how you intend to pay off the credit card debt. Look at your options, as the no credit card is the same. Research interest rates and benefits, and if you utilize those benefits. Choose cards with the low interest rates and have a longer grace period, which means the time in which you get to use the money before paying interest. Consider limited time 0% interest credit cards. These are cards that will not charge any interest for a certain time as long as the debt is paid off during that time. However, also be careful with those cards. Often, if the debt is not paid off in the given time frame, the entire backlogged interest will become due. Also, if you miss a payment, the interest then becomes due. As with credit cards, choose your debit and ATM cards wisely. These are cards that are not short-term loans. The money is directly withdrawn from your checking accounts, the money in which you currently have. You must be careful with these as well. Be mindful of your automatically paid bills, such as a streaming service or maybe your health insurance, car note, electricity, and water bills, etc. If you have $500 in your checking account and you withdraw $100 and then your $500 car note becomes due afterwards, you will not have enough money to pay your car note. You must be careful not to withdraw more money than is in your accounts. Not only will you have to pay the money back, but there will be an overdraft fee. Banks may offer overdraft protection. Ask your bank about it. Again, be mindful of your budgets. When possible, pay off high rate debt first. The high rate debt is sucking your money dry at a faster rate and will suck out more over a long period of time than low rate debt. Avoid credit blunders by paying them on time. Set up autopay for your credit cards and other bills so that payment deadlines are not missed and interest rates don't go up. When you miss a payment, your credit score goes down. It is easier for credit scores to decrease than to increase. It can range from 300 to 850, with 850 being the best score. A low score signifies risk, and when you apply for large loans such as car loans, home loans, business loans, etc., you are more likely to be turned down. Landlords for apartment complexes and even employers may also request a credit score report, and you can even be denied based on your credit score. Use tax credits. As a college student, you may be eligible for up to $2,500 in your first 4 years of school. See your financial aid office for more information and to get help with claiming this on your taxes. And lastly, examine each expense line in your financial plan for possible reductions. This could be such as find a roommate, carpool, pack lunches instead of buying lunch, change banks for lower fees, shop at discount stores, buy non-perishables such as toilet paper and soap in bulk, go in with your family for a family cell phone plan, delay purchases until they go on sale or clearance, rent textbooks instead of buying them. If you do buy them, buy used. Be more productive. Instead of paying for services, learn to do them yourself or find time to do them yourself, such as cutting your lawn. All of these, as well as any other reductions you can find, can drastically help with saving money and decrease the amounts of money from leaving your pocket. It will lower stress levels and enable you to successfully complete college. I know you may want the latest and greatest technology, cell phone, fashion items, makeup, and other luxury items. You have to remember that college requires sacrifice, and you will be able to have those things in time. Some students will need to sacrifice more than others. If you are unsure what sacrifices you need to make, see your instructors, academic advisors, and counselors for help. College is very costly in many ways, not just monetarily. However, by planning carefully and sticking to a budget, taking the necessary time to focus on your studies, understanding your goals, understanding yourself, and the culture of college, you will successfully complete college and earn your degree, securing your future and setting you up for life success. And this concludes the first lecture in the lecture series. Thank you for watching, and I hope you continue the path to college success. Until next time, take care. Slide 5. You have now go ahead, start knowing. You have now, what? Skill sets are, wait, what? They are also subsidized and if you have $500 in your checking account and, oh, come on.